This is a no spoilers review of Sicario 2, Day of the Soldado. I have no idea what the point of this movie is. So let me preface this with saying that I love the first Sicario. It was a solid film, solid plot, cast, the score, acting, everything. It was pretty much cinematic perfection, right? This is not even close. Just an obvious attempt to ride the success of the first film. I'm not going to bother describing the premise here because there isn't one. Regardless of what the trailers look like, there's no storyline, there's no clear beginning, middle, and end, or plot, period. So let's start with what's not to like, which is all of it, but I'm just going to start with the beginning. There's this whole plot setup, and it's really forced and convoluted. There are Somali pirates. Why? I don't know. Just because they're trying to pack on some depth, but it doesn't work, okay? In the end, the whole setup is just flimsy, and it ends up being an excuse to make the movie. And then the storyline, after that, it just immediately goes into three different directions. And the whole point of this movie just ends up being violence and stereotypes. And yeah, the first one wasn't too far off from that, but at least it had a plot and characters and with clear motives that made sense. This was just an opportunity to have a bunch of crazy characters that are just crooked and crazy for no reason. So what else is there not to like? It dragged something terrible. I wanted it to be over, and it was long. The only reason this movie should have been that long is if it had actual conclusions to all the ridiculous storylines. You had all that damn time to try to make sense. And what did you do? You used it to make up even more shit that didn't have nothing to do with nothing else. Now, as far as likes about this movie, well, you have Brolin and Del Toro. I mean, they're great actors, obviously. The cinematography still held true to the first film, but that's about it. Ultimately, this was just unnecessary. It reminds me of John Wick 2 because the plot was forced and it was just, like I said, to ride the coattails of the predecessor. And if you don't agree that John Wick 2 was forced, then listen to my discussion on it and then I'll tell you how forced it was. So, like I was saying, this is a quick review. This was a waste. It just lacks integrity and cohesiveness and coherence. Everything that was present in the first film is just not here. It's a terrible sequel. I really don't recommend it unless you want to go to sleep. So that's all I really have to say about it. I'm just not even going to bother, giving it a specific number, a rating. It's just not recommended at all. Follow me on Twitter at MovieBuffChick1. Like and subscribe and, hit me up.